All right, we should be joined by Coach here in just a second. As a reminder, please provide your name and affiliation. Prior to any question, please raise your hand, and we will get a mic to you as soon as possible. If you're on Zoom, please use the raise hand function, and we will get to you as well. We're joined by Michigan's Hunter Dickinson, Eli Brooks, and Devontae Jones. So we'll go ahead and get started with our student-athlete questions. So please let me know if you have a question.
Chris Ballas with Wolverine.com, On3.com. Hunter, you guys seem to leave a lot of points at the rim tonight. Was there something they were doing, or was it just not falling for you guys?
I think it just wasn't our night out there.
Here in the front.
For Eli, when the shots aren't falling like that, close shots, deep shots, whatever, Hunter said it's just not your night. Does that make you think you were that close? They certainly looked like they were vulnerable at times. You had your chances in this game. Do you feel that way?
We lost by however much, and we left a lot of points out, like you guys said.
Here in the front.
For any of you, Andrew Kahn, Ann Arbor News, for any of you, do you feel the offense ran the way you guys wanted it to, as far as, your pregame plan?
We got good looks. We just didn't capitalize. So I think we got the looks that we wanted. We just didn't make the shots.
Coach Brian Gillis, SB Nation. Coach Wright said that one of the things they tried to do was disrupt your timing a little bit because it's so tough to stop Hunter once he gets the ball when he wants it. Did you feel like your timing was a little bit off based on what they did?
We'll give Villanova credit. Very good team, well coached. Played a very solid game, extremely competitive on both sides of the floor. We knew coming in that they were going to switch a lot, and we prepared for it. Thought Hunter got the ball in some good spots. Yes, some of the spots that he was pushed off the block, but overall we got some good looks at the basket. Unfortunately, it just didn't go our way. Can't hear you.
There we go. Andrew Kahn, M Live. For the players, I know it's difficult immediately after, but if you wouldn't mind assessing the season, there were highs and lows, but you guys get to the Sweet 16 and put up a good fight here.
Just staying connected. Coach said it best in the locker room. Battling adversity and staying together. That's what brothers do, and that's one of our core values of family. So I think we did a good job of sticking true to what Michigan basketball is about this year, and staying connected as one.
Austin Meek with The Athletic. Juwan, same question for you. What do you think your lasting memories of this season will be? What are you going to take away from this season?
Great young men to be a part of with their development. Learned a lot from them as far as how competitive they are. They competed throughout the season from start to finish. A great group to coach, accepted learning, stayed connected by supporting each other. Some of their roles were different. No one wavered on the other end. Did an amazing job of buying into their roles. I think with some of the injuries that we face, with some of the COVID, every guy, was able to go out there and compete and save our season. And so you learned a lot from, who we are. We always talk about Michigan being, a family, and I've seen that we've been the most connected group this year because of the fact that, everyone's been supporting each other. When I walk away from this season and I look back, I'm like, no reason but to hold your head up high on how our team banded together, competing throughout a tough Big Ten season and then leading into the NCAA Tournament. There were times when we were counted out, and there were times when people didn't feel that we deserved to be here, and these guys rose to the occasion and proved that they earned the right to be in the NCAA Tournament. So hats off to my players and staff.
Brian Gillis, SB Nation. Coach, even when the shots weren't falling, you guys battled all night. You played tough defense. Is this one of the tougher, better defensive performance for you guys this year, do you think, especially considering the competition?
We've been battling all season long. But I would say this is why I'm so damn proud of our group. everyone talks about the shooting from Villanova, whether it's the three-point shooting, the attacks in the paint. But you look at the numbers, and they shot 37% from the field. They shot 30% from three. That says a lot about how hard they play defensively by dialing into the scouting report and making their players have to work for every bucket. I do not want that not to be mentioned, and let them know that that's how the game goes sometimes. It's a very competitive game. You have a lot of talented young men that's here on this stage. Every team that's playing in the Sweet 16 is really, really good. So are they. Nothing have to do with me. It's all about them.
Here in the front.
Bob Wadowski from the Detroit News. For Devontae and Hunter, because Eli already asked this question, may or may not be the end of the road for you guys at Michigan, certainly this season. Can you sum up your feelings right now of what you've accomplished this season and in your careers?
Devontae, you want to start with that one?
For me, it was just an honor throughout the whole year, just be able to play with a group of guys that's so talented, especially with a great coaching staff, with Coach Juwan Howard and the rest of the guys did a great job. This is an experience I'll never forget. I mean, obviously, we didn't get the outcome we wanted, but I'm just, blessed to be in the position I am today. Through my 3 years at Coastal, I never made March Madness, and my first run, I made it Sweet 16. So it was just an amazing experience for me, and I don't know what the future holds, but I'm just grateful that I'm in a position with these guys.
Yeah, looking back on the season, starting with really high expectations on the season, and then when the season happened, we kind of didn't start the way we wanted to. But when I look back on the season, probably just how proud of my guys and how we fought through adversity. We could have easily just gave up on the season halfway when we were like 4-4 in the Big Ten, under 500. But I mean, we fought as hard as we could, and to be able to make the Sweet 16 and be one of the last 16 teams standing. Obviously didn't reach our ultimate goal, but I'm just proud of how we fought back and battled through adversity.
Michael Cohen with the Detroit Free Press. Eli, can you kind of describe a little bit what this year was like for you off the court in terms of the role you played with the young guys, and just kind of what was on your plate away from what people see in 40 minutes every night on the court?
I mean, we had a young group that always wanted to learn. So it was awesome that to be able to work with Frankie and Kobe. They're one of the most willing to get in the gym, high basketball IQ. They asked me and Devontae just how do you do certain things. So just being able to teach them. I mean, sitting in the locker room, Isaiah Barnes came up to me and said, "I just appreciate you for everything that you did this season." So just seeing that really meant a lot, that I have an impact on the younger freshmen and sophomores.
All right, I'm going to toss it over to Zoom. Ann?
Our next question comes from Steve Kornacki. Steve, please unmute your microphone and ask your question.
Yeah, this is for Juwan. Juwan, could you touch on what your 2 senior guards have meant to you in every way this season?
Oh, they've been great all year. I thought, having 2 seniors in your backcourt, being 2 leaders that can help lead our team, they were stars throughout the year. When you have a young team, 10 underclassmen, you don't know exactly what you're going to get. But you're going to get some guys that really love basketball, and you're going to try to develop them, pour into their development, and just try to give as much as possible. So we use the word serving. And so, our senior guards were some of the best leaders that you can find. And, looking at, starting with DJ, this was only 1 year with him, but DJ has, accepted his role, learned a lot from this team and how the Michigan culture, everything that I sold him on when I recruited him, being honest, but then also he saw how it, all developed. And then, Eli, who I've coached for 3 years, he is rock solid as they come. One of the my favorite guys to coach, but I've had so many favorites, so it's, typically you usually don't have a favorite, but, this young man has been special, not only for the players, but also for the staff, because he's an extension of the staff. And he does an amazing job on the floor, not just competing, but also leading. I've always said this before, and I say it in front of him. If you ever want to coach, if I'm still coaching, you have a job with me, young fella. That's how much I trust him. And that's how much he's shown how smart he is in knowing the game inside and outside. I don't know if many of you notice or not, but he taught himself how to golf, and he's one of the best golfers there is. So you see him on the court playing well, but he's also a great golfer. It shows you how his mind is wired. But overall, I mean, they were, special throughout the year. And DJ, with his health, he's battled and battled. He's one of the toughest guys that ever been around.
All right. Thank you, Michigan. Appreciate your time. And
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Go Blue.
Go Blue.